going.
Today is a cooking show. This is my little assistant, Lexi. I call her my little princess because she wakes up in the morning, she's happy all day long. And so I made her a little song about that. She's going to learn to play the guitar. She and I are going to play guitars together. Today we're doing a family favorite of French bread. Can you see the recipe? I want you to get close so that you can see. I'm going to tell you what it is. Put your pan of boiling water, 2 cups of boiling water. Pour it into a bowl that has your oil, sugar, and salt. And then you add 2 cups of cold water. That way the water is a perfect temperature for the yeast to rise. Throw in about 3 or 4 cups of flour till it looks like pancake batter in your bread mixer and beat it around. Sprinkle in the yeast. And you can see the yeast is 2 tablespoons of instant yeast. I recommend SAF. It is the best. And then you have the yeast, you proof it. You just put in enough to make a pancake batter, then you let it sit for 15 minutes. Okay, while you let it set, you might want to get the one ingredient I forgot is, oh my goodness, don't look at this. Don't look at that bread. You need an egg white, and I'm going to have Mike pause it. Can you just pause that a little? Forgot that this is one of the important ingredients. Is it going?
Yeah. Is
the egg white, and I'll show you how to use that later. I made the recipe that you saw. It makes 4 loaves on 2 pans like this, and I wanted to have homemade warm bread for my family. Aaron and his kids are here, and this is how I keep the dough in the fridge. Spray this saran wrap, and then put it in the fridge, and then put a cloth over it, a wet cloth to keep it damp, and punch it down, and punch it down, and punch it down, so that you,
and it has to be a homemade knitted cloth.
That is a homemade knitted cloth. It's my other hobby, baking, knitting, singing. Lexi is going to be just like me in that respect, because she's going to sing and play the guitar. I am spraying this. This is a secret. Did I spray you?
No. It got in the bowl.
Okay. And then, look at Lexi for a minute and how beautiful she is. I forgot one more thing. One more thing. Lexi, Lynn, I always tell anybody that has Lynn in their name that they're named after me. You're named after me, but really her other grandma is Sherilyn.
Carolyn.
It's Carolyn.
Oh.
Carolyn Terry, and I'm her other grandma. So we are going to sprinkle this with flour, and you want to help me? Okay. Well, I don't want you to get your hands all yucky, but what you do is you rub the flour into this board that has been sprayed. Okay, and then then that makes it so it's not going to stick. The dough's not going to stick. And this is a secret. I don't know anybody that does this, but it keeps the dough from sticking.
Mama does it.
Your mom does it? Awesome. Okay, we're going to take this dough out. It's very cold. And the way to get it to rise fast is to have some boiling water on the stove while you're making it. And then you put it in your warming drawer or your oven.
Can I eat the rest?
But yeah, sure. And I eat dough. This does not have eggs in it, so I wouldn't want them to eat raw dough with eggs in it. But sometimes they might snitch. Okay, I'm just cutting this in half, and I'm eyeballing it. And I bought this really nice little weigher. What is that, scale? My other one broke. And you just turn the little bottom to 0, and then you spray this so that it comes out. And I don't mind using my fingers to move it around because I'm going to be touching the dough with my fingers to shape it. This is a scale, and I think this dough looks about half and half. No, I think this one's light. So I'm going to just eyeball it. Okay, she come back in a minute. And then you put it in your scale and see if they're equal, because the loaves, I like them, that's about 1 1/4 pounds. And this is about awesome, 1 1/4 pounds. Good at eyeballing when you've done all, like I've done all these years. We're gonna let this one sit for a minute. Very cold dough is excellent because it's easy to handle, doesn't stick. This dough, I have another little tool in that drawer. Lexi, open that drawer, second one down. It's got a little hand rolling pin. The hand rolling pin is another tool that I forgot. I love Pampered Chef products. This is one of my favorites, a hand rolling pin. When you're making French bread, you want to get all of the bubbles out of the French bread.
Can I try?
Yeah, you get that corner then spread it and just get it all the bubbles out. Yes, there you go. And then you take your hands and pull it into a rectangle like that.
Okay.
Good job. And then she's going to help me. And then you want to roll it up like you're going to make cinnamon rolls.
Yeah!
But no, we're not going to make cinnamon rolls. But you just take that end and this end and roll it like tight, just like this. Isn't it easy to make this dough because it's cold and it's not sticking on my board that's been sprayed with non-stick spray and floured. Okay, now we got just like a little
Warm.
like cinnamon rolls. We're gonna pinch those edges together.
Okay.
You start that end and I'll start this end. Pinch the edges together and like this is seam like this. And then you're gonna take your hands, you gotta put it on this pan. We're gonna show you how to prepare this. I use Crisco for the pans. Somewhat,
Wait, can I see?
when you're in a baking, you wanna help me with this?
Yeah.
I use a little rubber wrapper, butter wrapper. I save my butter wrappers, they come in handy for a lot of things. And this is one of them. You can leave this butter wrapper in the Crisco. You know what, it's already done. So I'll get rid of this. I'll let you get it really even and nice. And then what we do after we grease it with Crisco is we sprinkle it with this wonderful Quaker cornmeal. It doesn't have to be Quaker bread. But now, is that even steam?
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to put it back in the Crisco can.
Move the Crisco can.
Okay, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit. Just let me show you.
Move the Crisco can.
Then
Move it.
I spread it.
Oh yeah. I'm going to let Lexi sprinkle it in a little row right down there. And then I'm going to tell you about what the next step is we're going to let her get that cornmeal on there.
She did a good job.
And she is doing excellent. And then we're going to beat the egg until frothy. And thank you for remembering. I need a little brush. And okay, you know what? It's going to make it easy. We can just go
Oh!
Sorry.
That
We're
scared
just
me.
gonna go like this, shake it, and if it's not quite where this French bread's gonna be, we're gonna sprinkle a little bit more and shake it around like that. The cornbread on the bottom is part of the recipe, so I've tried it without, and it really does add a lot to the cornbread. The French bread comes right off the pan. Okay, that's cornmeal. Shake it, baby. No, a song about that one. Shake it up, baby, now. And here we go. Flip your
French
loaf,
bread.
your dough, and give it 2 inches on the edge, from the edge like that, and make it look beautiful. Then, guess what we're gonna do? I'll let you do half. I'm gonna show first. What we do is we take this frothy egg whites, and I'll do this half, and then you do that half, and you just paint it on like make it nice and shiny. Okay, And then,
Like your painting.
yes, like your painting. She's actually a little artist, aren't you, Lexi? She's an artist. She's a talented student. She's smart at school. And she's taking after me because she wants to learn to play the guitar and sing. Okay, see how I sprinkled those sesame seeds on? You're done. That's excellent. Let's just go like this and get all the sesame seeds on there. And if you don't like sesame seeds, you can just do the next step. Do it with egg white still. But then you need to slash it like this. Not cut very deep, just a little slash along the top. That all French bread that I've seen or that I make has these little slashes on the top. And it is ready to go in the warming drawer or the proofing in the oven. And if it's cold and you want it to be fast, you just put a pan of, let me just show you, don't look in my warming drawer. I didn't clean it for this event. But this bread is going in my warming drawer. I'll turn it on proof, but it might not be hot enough. And so I have a great big beautiful pan that I make my Amish cake in. And don't look over here. I'm just, look at Lexi. Sing that little song of yours you wanted to learn. When I was a little bitty boy. Papa, you sing it. That's your song. Just up off the floor. We used to go down to Grandma's house
every month end or so.
We had homemade pie.
You got butter back there, man.
Oh my goodness. Well, don't look in the drawer.
Another one.
This is you're not supposed to make it hard on me. Okay, then we've got this pan underneath here that's bigger than the pan for the French bread. We're going to pour about an inch of boiling water and then close this up, and it's going to rise so fast. I'm not going to do it until I've shaped the other roll. Well, that's the cooking show.
And there's Brighton, our bright ray of joy.
His mom, say hi, Mom. His mom's in London.
Hi, Mom.
And he's missing her mom. Are you missing your mom? No.